Hi everyone, just going through for you just to have a look at how do we record this week where you've had a lot of employees that you've had to probably stand down with the construction closure and you've got the public holiday that you need to consider as well. So what do we need to look at doing? Now I'm in the demo file here, but I'm going to show you what changes I've made. Now there's a few points I want to make. One, potentially go to each of your employees and just check whether you do have your payroll showing on, your public holidays showing on each of your payrolls. See here, if you go into the employee, payroll, employee, Olivia, and if you go into the employment tab, holiday group, and include holidays on the payslip. I find this is best practice. I like to do this. I'll show you then, let's go to Sally. Okay, and so there's none. That might be the default. Go down to Victoria, include in the pay slips, and I just like it because it just shows when you do have public holidays, etc. So let's look at the payroll settings. Now, how did I get to the payroll settings? You're going to go accounting and advanced. You're going to the bottom to look for organizational settings. Click on that, up to payroll settings. And what we want to do here is add a new pay item for the COVID stand-down leave. Now, I have actually added one here. So you're going to click on here, add ordinary times earnings, and I'm just going to click open this one and explain it to you. And this is what will pop up this screen. Then just type COVID stand down, that's what I'm going to call it. Options here, rate per unit, hours, and then put a zero amount because actually no one's getting paid for those hours. Now, expense account, just put it to your normal wages account. And this doesn't have to be ticked or ticked because it's actually a $0 amount, so it probably doesn't even matter. Good best practice whenever you add a wage type, make sure you tick it. But in this instance, actually, it's going to be zero anyway. So I'm going to save that. And that's got the pay item settings. So let's go into our pay runs, and we're now going to do this week's pay run. Okay, fortnight ending the 28th of September. Okay, and so we've got 28th of September. And we're going to go through and have a look at our pay run for this 28th. Now we've got James has worked. Let's go into James and have a look. Did you see, because I ticked the payroll, this payroll has actually, the public holiday, it has come through. We've got ordinary hours of 68.4. And so we need to amend his pay. So what I've got, when we're looking at the calendar, we know that for this pay period, that James needs to be paid 68.4 plus 7.6 hours. Now, this is for the fortnight ended 28th of September. So in that fortnight, James has actually worked the 15th, 16th, and 17th, and the 20th, and then was stood down. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm saying actually James has worked 4 times 7.6, and then the other one is COVID leave. So let's just go down and add our COVID leave item stand down. There we go. So I'm going to go, okay, he has worked 4 times 7.6. Okay, so he has worked 30.4 hours of the 68.4. So minus 68.4. Now, your situation may be different, so just know that. And so that means he has been stood down for 38 hours, and this is 30.4. Okay, so for this week, this fortnight's pay, 38 hours stood down, no dollars, 30.4 hours for the paid work he has done, and 7.6 for the public holiday for this week. All of your other leave entitlements, they're entitled to all of the other leave. This should be calculating based on each month or fortnight, so that should all work. And then you save and go to the next and go through all of that. So that's how you actually record. And again, if I show you again, we're going to go down here into the COVID stand down, assuming they work the same amount of hours. The stand down hours was 38. This was 30.4. And now we have, and that's our pay slips, and then processing your pay as you would normally. And so I'll press that. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to contact the team member. We have Public Holiday Friday, so we won't be in the office, but feel free to reach out should you have any questions on this. But you are legally required to pay the public holiday. We have checked that out with the employment lawyers to make sure, and under the Fair Work Act, you are legally required to pay that the public holiday. Let us know if you've got any questions. Thanks very much.